How Trump's rare earth tariffs could cripple China's economy, analysts warn. The administration, under President Trump, claims a strategic advantage as tensions with Beijing flare over newly imposed rare earth export controls. Trump initially threatened a sweeping 100% tariff and software bans on China, targeting the nation that supplies the majority of processed rare earths and magnets essential to modern tech. He later softened his tone, acknowledging the unsustainability of such tariffs, while markets dismissed the threats as bargaining tactics in a broader trade dispute. A high-level meeting between Trump and President Xi is still slated for the end of the month in South Korea, keeping diplomatic channels open. Analysts note that China's own rare earth export restrictions could effectively shut any country out of the modern economy, underscoring the mineral's strategic importance. Capital Economics, however, sees Beijing's policy as narrower than feared, suggesting it aims to strengthen negotiating leverage rather than cripple rivals. Experts Julian Evans Pritchard and Li Fei warn that China's gamble carries the risk of backfiring. They outline several US retaliation options, leveraging dominance in commercial aviation by blocking critical components, curbing Microsoft's Windows dominance still at 90% of Chinese PCs to create security gaps, and exploiting the reliance on Western chip design software, which commands over 70% of China's market. Further actions could include expanding export controls on advanced chips and tools, freezing Chinese assets, and limiting access to the SWIFT system. The US might also pressure allies to impose their own restrictions, as Mexico has already proposed tariffs of up to 50% on certain Chinese goods. Analysts from Capital Economics caution that hawkish advisors on both sides could use this flashpoint to deepen economic decoupling. The outcome could range from a modest return to an uneasy truce to a scenario where China finds itself largely excluded from Western markets and critical technologies, dramatically reshaping the global economic landscape.